Have you ever wondered who the sons of God were before Adam and Eve? What hidden mystery lies behind creation, and why does the Bible mention them? Let's unlock this ancient secret that has baffled many for centuries. Stay with me till the end. You might just discover a truth that changes the way you view creation itself. Before the creation of humanity, before Adam and Eve ever walked the earth, there were beings, sons of God, who existed in a realm beyond our understanding. These figures are often spoken of in the Bible, but the nature of their existence is one of the Bible's most mysterious and debated subjects. Who exactly were these sons of God, and why is their existence so significant in the grand narrative of creation? The Bible is filled with enigmas, and the mention of the sons of God is one that deserves our attention. What if these beings were not just angels or simple spiritual entities, but something more profound? Genesis connection. In the book of Genesis, we find one of the earliest mentions of these sons of God. Genesis 6:1-4 speaks of them coming down to earth and taking human wives, leading to the creation of the Nephilim, a race of giants. This passage is a key piece in the puzzle, but it raises more questions than answers. Why would the sons of God leave their heavenly realm to interact with humanity in such a way? Were they divine beings, or were they something else entirely? This event is one of the most debated parts of the Bible, and its mystery has intrigued scholars and theologians for millennia. The sons of God in the Old Testament. The sons of God are mentioned in other parts of the Old Testament as well, notably in the book of Job. In Job 1:6 and 2:1, we see the sons of God coming before God in heaven to present themselves. They are not described as angels, but as beings with a purpose and presence in the heavenly court. This suggests that they were part of a divine council, existing before the creation of man. So, who were they? Were they powerful beings with a unique role in the spiritual realm, or were they simply angels tasked with specific duties? The answer could lie in understanding their role within the divine hierarchy that existed long before human history began. To understand the true identity of these sons of God, we need to look at the idea of the divine council, a concept present throughout the Bible, especially in ancient Hebrew texts. The divine council refers to a group of heavenly beings who serve God and execute His will. These beings are often described as being in close relationship with God, tasked with overseeing the affairs of creation. To understand the true identity of these sons of God, we need to look at the idea of the divine council, a concept present throughout the Bible, especially in ancient Hebrew texts. The divine council refers to a group of heavenly beings who serve God and execute His will. These beings are often described as being in close relationship with God, tasked with overseeing the affairs of creation. In Psalms 82:1, for example, God is said to stand in the assembly of the gods and pass judgment. The sons of God could be part of this heavenly assembly, beings of great authority, serving in the divine realm before the creation of humanity. So, who were these sons of God? Some interpretations suggest that they were divine beings, often referred to as heavenly hosts or divine council members. Others argue that they could have been angels sent by God to perform specific tasks. However, another fascinating theory proposes that these sons of God were pre-Adamic beings, entities created before humanity, but not directly involved in the creation of the earth. These beings might have had a role in shaping the world, preparing it for the arrival of Adam and Eve. The Nephilim, offspring of the sons of God and human women, are described as mighty beings of great strength and stature. This raises even more questions. Were these beings simply giants, or were they something far more significant? Could they have been a special creation designed by God to fulfill a purpose in His divine plan? Now, let's consider the timing of this divine council. God created the heavens, the earth, and all living creatures before mankind. Genesis 1:26-27 reveals that God created man in His own image and likeness. But what about the sons of God? Were they involved in the creation of humanity, or did they exist as separate beings with a different purpose? Some scholars believe that the sons of God had a role in the formation of humanity, possibly shaping the divine plan for mankind before their physical creation. The Bible's cryptic references suggest that the sons of God were part of a celestial order, a pattern set by God before Adam and Eve were ever created. They could have been the beings who witnessed God's creative acts in the heavens and on earth. Their role was not to create, but to observe and support the divine plan in its infancy. The narrative of the sons of God grows more complex as we consider their fall from grace. In Genesis 6:1-4, the sons of God came down to earth and took human wives, which led to the birth of the Nephilim. This event, known as the sin of the sons of God, is seen by many as an act of rebellion. They defied their divine role, transgressing the boundaries set by God, and this ultimately led to severe consequences. The fall of the sons of God is often viewed as one of the most tragic events in biblical history. These beings, created to serve God, chose to abandon their divine purpose and corrupt the human race. Their sin had far-reaching consequences that not only affected their own spiritual fate, but also the future of humanity. This act of rebellion triggered divine judgment, leading to the flood that wiped out nearly all of humanity, with only Noah and his family surviving. So, what does the mystery of the sons of God reveal to us about the creation story? Could it be that these beings, who existed before Adam and Eve, hold the key to understanding the deeper mysteries of the universe? The Bible presents a complex picture of creation, one that goes beyond what we see in the physical world. It suggests that there was a time before mankind, a time when other beings inhabited the divine realm, witnessing God's creation and purpose for the universe. The mystery behind the sons of God points us to a fundamental truth. The world we know is part of a larger divine narrative, one that transcends human history. As we seek to understand these hidden truths, we are reminded of our place in the universe and our purpose in God's grand design. Could it be that the sons of God serve as a warning for us today? A reminder that rebellion against God's plan always brings consequences? Perhaps the true lesson lies in learning to recognize the divine order and remaining faithful to our purpose, just as the original sons of God were meant to do. As we delve deeper into the mystery of the sons of God, it's important to consider how this concept is interpreted in modern Christianity and theology. Many contemporary scholars suggest that the sons of God might symbolize the spiritual nature of humanity. In this interpretation, they aren't necessarily celestial beings or angels, but representations of the divine essence or God's direct creation. This view emphasizes the idea that all of God's creations are, in a sense, sons of God, destined to walk with Him in the world. Others believe that the idea of the sons of God before Adam and Eve may point to a spiritual hierarchy that transcends time. By looking at how these beings interacted with humanity in the past, we may gain insight into our current relationship with God. As believers, we are called to recognize the eternal spiritual forces at work in the world around us, and to align ourselves with God's higher purpose. In this context, the mystery of the sons of God serves as a reminder of our potential to live in harmony with divine order if we choose to follow God's will. While the sons of God may have fallen from grace through their rebellious actions, their role in God's plan is far from irrelevant. In fact, their existence before Adam and Eve offers us a profound glimpse into God's eternal plan for the universe. The fall of these beings does not negate the fact that their purpose was divinely significant in the grand design of creation. Even in their downfall, their story serves as a powerful reminder of the balance between free will and divine purpose. In the grand scheme of creation, the sons of God were once guardians of a spiritual order, and their actions were part of the unfolding drama that would eventually bring about the ultimate redemption of mankind through Jesus Christ. This cosmic narrative that begins before the creation of humanity continues even today, shaping the destiny of both the heavenly realms and the world we live in. The mystery of the sons of God reveals that there is much more to creation than what meets the eye. Before Adam and Eve, divine beings were part of a grand celestial plan, and their actions have influenced the course of human history. The key lesson here is that God's plan spans beyond our understanding of time and space, and our purpose is intricately woven into this divine story. As we walk in the path of faith, we must always be aware of the unseen spiritual forces at work around us, and strive to stay faithful to God's divine will, avoiding the rebellion that led to the fall of these celestial beings. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden mysteries of creation, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more revelations like this. Don't miss out on uncovering the truth behind ancient mysteries and the divine secrets of the Bible.